Today we are going to talk about recruit and retain. Oh, let me get comfy on my ball here. All situated. I thought I was. Okay, so there are a couple things about growing a team, right? And this week we've been learning from lots of different people and practicing growing your team and, working on asking people and learning about what that takes. And that's the first part, is asking people and having them join our team. The second part is keeping them on our team. And Mary Christensen, who's a very well-known direct selling trainer, she's got lots of books. Here's one of them. Be a direct selling superstar. Look at this. This is like all full of little earmarks and notes. And so if you are looking for, going back to our personal development thing that we're working on, our 5x5, right? Here's another good recommendation if you're looking for a book to read. Be a direct selling superstar, or anything by Mary Christensen is full of ideas. She's been in the field herself, and now she trains people on how to do it well. I've got so many notes in this thing. It's awesome. So many notes. So anyways, Mary Christensen says creating a team culture that makes it easy to join and hard to leave. So that's what we want to have as on our Scentsy team. So say that out loud. Easy to join, hard to leave. And think that always when you are sharing the opportunity, you want to make it as easy as possible. Scentsy helps us with this with our awesome starter kit, and sometimes we've got join specials. This month is enhanced kit month with you get fall and winter stuff and spring and summer stuff, right? Easy to join. It's a great value for $100. Why wouldn't you get that kit? Make it easy to join by sharing your link constantly. Every time you're asking somebody, if you're sending it in a message or an email or a text, something technology where that link is going to be live, include it. Because then they can click on it and go to there and learn more. And maybe, just maybe, that'll be the day that they're ready. If they have to ask you, oh, hey, I think I'm ready. Would you send me that link? And then you're at work and it takes you 5 hours to be able to send them that link. And then they get that. And by the time they get that, doubt has crept into their mind and they're suddenly not ready anymore, right? They've lost confidence maybe. So make it super easy. Every single time that link goes on every message. And here's my link. Here's my link to learn more. Here's my link to check it out, right? Easy to join. The second part is making it hard to leave. So you want to create a culture, a team that is such that once people belong to it, they want to belong to it forever. They don't ever want to leave. So if I had everybody who's ever joined my team, my team would be 4 times as huge, which is really sad. If I knew now what I knew when I first started as a consultant about wanting to keep the people who join and making our team so much fun that they didn't want to leave, I bet I would have more people. But I didn't know then what I know now, and I'm still working on it. And so I share that today because many of you are still working on growing your team. Some of you don't have a teammate yet. You're working on that. You'll get it soon. Hopefully this month is your month. So to know that before you even start building a team is really, really important. I wish I could go back and bring all those people along with us now. And some of them left for other reasons that didn't have anything to do with the team, right? But some of them probably left because they didn't feel like they were part of a community, because it was easy for them to leave. It was easy for them to not put in their 200 and just be done with it and not be a part of Scentsy anymore. We don't want that. We want them to stay. So we're going to talk about a couple tips to kind of help with what's called retention. And then do the homework. And then that's our day. So what we want to think of when we're talking about growing a Scentsy team, right, is we want to build it wide, which means that you've got lots of frontline. Lots of people you personally sponsored, like Katie's talked about, like Chastity's talked about, right? We want that number to be big, and we want it to be deep. We want it to have roots, so those people all stay, and we want those people to want to build their teams too. So how do we get strong, healthy roots in a plant, in a tree, and anything? By putting in, watering it, right? By taking care of it, by putting in time and energy to help it grow. It just doesn't happen on its own. So, recognition is a big way to make sure that people feel connected to your community. So when you notice somebody on your team sharing things, sending them a message that say, hey, I see you, you're doing so good. If you have team pages, recognizing people on your team pages, or even if you don't, recognizing them on their Facebook page. Because when you recognize somebody on their Facebook page, if we're talking social media here, right, because that's where a lot of people are, their friends and family see that. And their friends and family who may be skeptical about this Scentsy thing that they're doing are going to see, wow, she's doing good at this. 2, her sponsor person, maybe they don't know it's called sponsor, whatever, but like her person really supports her and cheers for her. That's something I want to be a part of, right? How many of us like to be recognized for working hard and doing good things? And how many of us are lacking that in other areas of our lives? And so by sharing, yeah, Susan, I saw that you got a party order in, good job, or whatever it might be, and taking her and posting a picture on her Facebook page, her friends and family are going to notice that and go, hey, she's doing a good job. And she's going to feel like, hey, I'm doing a good job, right? It's simple, and sometimes I think we think it and don't do it. And so just being intentional about making sure we do it and are providing that recognition. What gets recognized gets repeated. And we want those things repeated and duplicated and repeated again. So another way to help create connection is to care about our teammates as people. They aren't just bumping up our TWV, right? We care about them. We care about what's going on in their family. We care about if they are sick. We care about their birthday. And so really making sure whatever that looks like for you on your team, and as you grow your teams, something that you can do consistently. Maybe it is a Facebook birthday shout outs. Maybe it's noticing when your teammate's having surgery and sending them a card. Maybe it's noticing when your teammate is struggling and sending them a card or a message or whatever it might be, asking about their kiddos. Actually caring about them as people will help create connection and cultivation. Locally here for my team, we have get-togethers once a month, and our get-togethers have evolved from kind of a more structured team meeting, which we used to do at my house, and training, to we're going out and doing things in our town that are available to us to do, but we're doing them as a team. And you bet your buns we're talking about Scentsy on the way, because that's one thing we all have in common. We have many other things in common, and we have many other differences, but when we all get together, we all have Scentsy in common, and it naturally comes up. And so maybe a structured team meeting is more appropriate, or maybe just a casual get-together where the opportunity to share successes and things we're struggling with just comes up naturally. So we've done a breakout room. If you guys have a breakout room in your area, we've done bingo night at one of our local bars here in town. We've done thirst gear, which is the pedally cart thing where you pedal, and we pedaled from place to place to place. We've done, oh gosh, what else have we done? Anyway, we go do things together, and it's fun, and then everyone's sharing their pictures, like, look how much fun it is to be part of this team, to be part of this group. And that continues to create something that I hope people don't want to leave. I spent a lot of time a couple years ago really working on this on my team Facebook page, because it was something that was in the past crickets. And Jason Harwood, do you guys know him, the Scentsy trainer exec guy, was like, you have to work on it so hard for so long to create the change. Like, don't expect immediate results. Trust the process. So we did, and our team page is a great place of support. People can share when they're struggling, sharing, yays, like I did this and look what happened. People are sharing that. It's a great, great community, but it takes some cultivation and some work into it. So those are a few ideas. And just realizing that once we have somebody join our team, that's not when our work stops. We want to keep them there. We want to make it hard to leave. We want to make them feel embraced and a part of something bigger, because they are. So our homework for today is to think of 3 intentional actions to nourish roots in your team community. So what are 3 things that you can do to create the kind of culture and team that you want? That's going to look different for you than for me. But what kind of team do you want? And what are 3 things that you're going to do right now as part of this program to nourish those roots and make it hard for those people to leave who are on your team? If you are working on building your team, you don't have a team yet, your homework is much the same. You're going to think of 3 things that you would do to nourish the roots of your team when you have it, and put those into practice on the team that you're on now. So if you have a team and you decide, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send out a top sale postcard every month. This is just an example. Okay, so I'm going to send out a postcard or a card to the person who had the top sales on my team every single month. Now, let me back up here. If your team is you and one other person, it's a team, and that's when you can start. You can start a group chat. You could like a little messaging thing, whatever. Start now, because it makes it easier to keep it going as you build. Okay. So say you're going to send out, oh no, that one's a bad example. What's a good example, guys? Okay. Say one thing that you want to do when you have a team of your own, and if you have one or not, is to share a tip every Tuesday, a Tuesday tip. And when you have a team on your group or in your message, however you communicate with them, every single Tuesday you're sharing a tip about Scentsy in some way. Okay? And that's one of the things you're going to do to nourish community. You're staying connected with them. If you don't have a team right now, and that's something that you would think of you would maybe want to do, you can still share that tip with every single Tuesday with the team that you're on. So in your uplines group or whatever it might be. Okay? Because you're a member of that community, even though you're not leading that community, and you can help create the nourishment and culture from within. And then when you get your team, you're still going to share that Tuesday tip. Does that make sense? Does that homework make sense? There's lots of examples. That's kind of a more businessy one. If you want to take it to a personal level, other things you could do would be, to make sure you're sending a private message to someone on your team at least once a week, and just saying, hey, what's up? And, creating connection, starting conversation. Let's say you don't have a team. In that, you might message your sponsor. There is no reason that you need to wait for your sponsor to ever contact and reach out to you. You can always contact and reach out to them, hopefully. Or, maybe it's even someone in this group that you're going to be intentional about sending one relationship building message with someone in the Scentsy group. Okay. So those are just a couple examples. Let me know if you have any questions. So to recap, the homework is to think of 3 nourishing root building actions that you're going to take on your team You're going to post that in this thread, what you're going to do, what you want to do to create the community that you want it to be, and you're going to do it. Okay? If you are, same thing. If you don't have a team, 3 things, post it in here, start doing it on the team that you're on, and then when you have a team, you can keep it going. Okay. Have a great day, you guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye.